right soul, and welcome to my review of NXT that aired on the 21st of October. 24th if you're in the UK like me, because it is just past 12 o'clock now. Yep, this is that was a Super Smash Brothers thing that happened, and Mewtwo and 8-player Smash, but let's focus on wrestling. The show kicked off with the Ascension coming out, and they fought Ty Dillinger and Jason Jibner, whatever his name is, and it was a squash match. The Ascension squash them, and they get the win. Pointless, don't like it. As I've said time and time again, if these guys are about to come up on the roster, maybe give them some more meaty matches to get a good gauge on their in-ring. Squash matches at this point in time are pointless to an established team. Hideo comes out, and he's just fired up from what happened last week, with just Funaki getting beaten up, well, getting murdered. Tries taking them both on, does a valiant effort, but then beat down, fall a man, and this thing continues. Yes, it does make Hideo look strong. He's going up against two guys, but it also doesn't really seem that great for the Ascension if they are about to come up. They should just stay a sort of strong tag team. There could have been numerous other ways to bring in Hideo. I don't know why they're so keen on this particular feud. I don't see a great payoff from it. Like, just him finally getting a singles match with either of them, or not your best storyline ever. Tyler Breeze versus CJ Parker, not the attractive one from Baywatch, the hippie guy that no one likes. Sort of a slow match. Tyler Breeze is basically being dominated for most of it, which is awful considering CJ Parker lost in 5 seconds to some dude that just does one move. Sort of bad match, but thankfully dodges CJ's move and then hits his beauty shot, which again is not the best finisher in the world. It's sort of like just a spinning kick. It just looks like a standard move. I wish they would make more defined finishes. Mojo, unfortunately, he's still paired with Mojo Riley, because he comes out and just stares, and that's it. Tyler Breeze wins and leaves. Oh, please, why do you have to pair him with Mojo Riley? What has Tyler Breeze done to really piss people off? Tag team action is next with the Vaudevillains versus Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy. They actually made enough of an impression for me to actually remember their names this week. This is how you should bring in new teams. A squash match in like NXT where everyone's sort of unknown, it doesn't work. Just make them do a good match. This showed off that Murphy and Blake, they've got a really good look to them. Good. That's why they're called Team Thick. They're two big solid lads, quite good speed and agility to them as well. And they showed off some good wrestling skills in this. Vaudevillains, they're just good technicians. And yeah, but Vaudevillains get the win like they should, since they're going up against Lucha Dragons eventually. But still, Murphy and Blake look much better here. They actually look like serious contenders. Well done. This is what we need to do. That's like, why did the Ascension not have this sort of match? Guys that were your champions for like over a year should be able to put on this match, but I've never seen a decent match from the Ascension. On to our Divas match, Bayley versus the Boss, Sasha Banks. Really good match. Both of them have really good characters, good movesets. Loving lots of Bayley's, does lots of back elbows, but they all look good. But Sasha Banks manages to catch her, hits the backstabber to crossface. Beautiful finishing move. That is a good finishing move. Bayley has no choice but to tap out. Sasha Banks then attacks her after the match, but Becky Lynch comes off. I was sort of expecting, but I'm actually quite happy it wasn't, Charlotte to come out, because I want them to keep Charlotte sort of more heel, more like tweener. Don't really make a true babyface. But Becky Lynch comes out. I've never seen these two even in the same area, but apparently they're friends. As Sasha Banks walks off, Becky Lynch gives Bayley a hug, and then as Bayley walks forward, she's angry. Becky Lynch attacks her in the back, stomps on her a bit, and then like kicks dust, imaginary dust, onto Bayley and walks off with Sasha Banks. It looks like Sasha Banks has got a new BBF. Surprised Charlotte wasn't involved, but actually kind of happy. And I think Sasha works well as a team, so she lost Summer Rae, and Becky Lynch sort of needs someone to help her along. She's got a good look, sort of decent in ring, just need to get a bit more of that character. Yeah. Babyface has been beaten down, she's lost a lot, but she can fire up and she can come back. That's the storyline that most wrestling goes for. It's a good classic one. Why, dear God, did you keep Titus O'Neil around after his performance last week? With Sami Zayn, was it really an amazing idea to have him here again? Thankfully, this match is better than it was, better than the last week's main event. Adrian Neville's successful, but he like sneaked out a win. Big dude, the guy that loses to Bunny Rabbits on Raw and is a complete and utter jobber, dominated most of the match. But Adrian Neville's got the win, and hopefully Titus O'Neil's gone and we'll never see him again. Anyway, the main point of this: Adrian Neville celebrating on the ramp, and then Sami Zayn just comes, stands next to him. Ole Ole chants appear before we even see Sami Zayn. Not the best might work from these two, but a little bit of banter. Sami Zayn asking for the title shot. I think they should have done something for him to earn it, because he's just coming off a loss. It would have made so much more sense if he had beaten Titus O'Neil, and then he was like, hey, I beat the guy from the roster. I beat the guy from the main roster. And then Adrian Neville fought him. Either that or they had it the other way around. Adrian Neville beats him first, and then Sami Zayn's like, anything you can do, I can do better, and then sort of does it. It would have been much better. Wouldn't have hurt Titus O'Neil in the least. Bad booking. Regardless, they exchanged some words. Adrian Neville, just being the straight up babyface promo guy he is like, whenever you want it, son. I can't do his accent all the time. The jumping Geordie. And then, yeah, things get a little bit more awkward at the end, where they're just like, well, you better hold on to that, because you're not going to be holding it long, because I'm going to take it. But then Adrian Neville just gets in one last little slight Healy comment going on, of just like, I'm not worried, Sammy. We all know you can't win the big one. Pats him on the shoulder, walks off, and Sami Zayn is just like, arr. So I don't know if they're actually going to go for the heel turn, or if it's just the rivalry between these two. But can't wait to see. This match is going to be so good. But yeah, hopefully this is the end of Titus. Titus is gone. We're on our way with the Vaudevillains building up to face Lucha Dragons. And a little bit of interesting thing with Becky Lynch has been chucked in the mix in the Divas division of NXT. I thought it was just going to be plain sailing with Sasha versus Charlotte, but it looks like Becky Lynch is going to add an extra element in there. Probably going to get tag team matches first. But, like where things are going, well done. Tell me what you like about NXT. We've got my Facebook page where you can sign up and then we can talk, and I'll show you. You'll get information before stuff happens. And until next time, subscribe, and TTFN. Offend? What's offend? Offend? Offensive? Offend? Offenser.